let's look at how to create a plan in Lasso. Now, if you open up the app, you will see here at the bottom of the screen, you should have a new plan button. If you click that, that's where you start to build a plan. And you'll see that we're prompted with 5 different goals to choose from. This should be a goal that you actually want help from a financial advisor on. So the biggest ones for people are generally retirement, buying a house, saving for education, or saving up for an emergency fund. We've also included a custom option here if you have something else that you want to talk to an advisor about. Most people have retirement as the biggest savings goal that they're going to have in their life. So I'm going to use that as the example today to build a plan, and I'm going to choose retirement. Now I'm going to name my plan, and this is so that I can come back to it later and see how on track I am. So I'm going to call this my Lasso retirement plan. And then I'm going to set my retirement goal. So this is the dollar value that I want to achieve. For retirement, this is going to be how much money I want each year in retirement. If you don't know where to start, a good starting place is usually how much you're making currently, just as a ballpark. So I'm going to put in $125,000 per year. And now I'm ready to really build my plan. One note before we jump into it is that we at Lasso actually show you your progress that you're making towards your goal in terms of points. So the goal is to get to 100 points, and that means that you are 100% on track to reach your goal. Anything less than that, you have a gap that you need to make up. So the goal is to get as close to 100 as possible. So I'm going to click Get Started, and you'll see we just ask 4 simple questions. The first one is, how much have you already saved? So think about all the different accounts that you might have tagged to this retirement goal or whatever goal you're building, and roughly add up what those amounts are. I've been saving for a while, so I'm going to put in, I've saved about $250,000 towards retirement so far. And you'll see at the top, I've gained 10 points just from that initial savings number. So keep an eye on that goal bar at the top to see how much progress I'm making towards my retirement goal. Second question, how long till I want to reach my goal? I'm 35, I want to retire at 65. That gives me 30 years till retirement. Third question, how much am I saving every year? Well, I'm saving about $1,000 a month or $12,000 per year. And finally, what portfolio do I want to use for this plan? If you actually know how your savings are invested, go ahead and choose the portfolio that most closely matches what your investments currently are. If you don't know, you can just pick the portfolio that best describes what type of risk taker you are. Are you someone who's a little more conservative and low risk, or are you willing to take chances in your more high risk? I'm going to put myself right in the middle at the medium risk portfolio. And now I'm going to review my plan. So what I see there is that the progress that I've made is I've scored a 70. So I still am 30 points short of being on track for my retirement goal. And if I switch that to dollars, I can actually see what that means in terms of dollar amounts, where I'm just under 90K per year in retirement income. So with the plan that I have now, by the time I retired, I could expect to have about $87,500 of income every year, which is short of my goal of $125,000. Now on this screen, I have the opportunity to play around with these different inputs and make any adjustments that I want to. So let's say that I wanted to explore retiring a little later and the impact that might have. You'll see in that second row, there's my time input. I had 30 years till retirement. If I add 1 year, you see that adds 4 points to my overall score. So now I've moved from being on track for $87,500 to now I'm $92,500 out of my $125,000 goal. So a little bit closer. So feel free to play around on this screen until you get to a plan that you are happy with. Once you're happy with your plan, you can click Preview Plan. And here's just a summary of everything that I put in. And once I'm good with that, I can finish my plan. And that is how you build a plan in Lasso.